So welcome everyone, my name is Jess. We are going to be making our way through a 20-minute core flow series. For this class today, if you have blocks, you're welcome to grab blocks or some books if you like to use them in your practice, but they're not necessary. So for our 20-minute core flow, we're going to be exploring a movement pattern which I love. And this movement pattern is called navel radiation. So for this movement pattern, we literally visualize the middle of our belly, the middle of our navel, like this hub, this center point. And from this little hub, all limbs of our body, so our two legs, our arms, including our head and our tail, start to expand and radiate out from this center point. The reason I'm exploring this movement pattern is it brings a really nice feeling of feeling a little more kind of whole and connected in your body rather than the energy just being up here, which it might be during this time. So start to make your way into a seat. Just plant your feet down onto the mat here, and we'll actually just wrap our hands around our legs. Just tuck your chin in towards your chest here. Start to take some really nice deep breaths here all the way down into your belly. Right down, down, down into the middle of you. Letting your awareness and your attention pour down inwards into this central, almost like a beginning point of your body. Maybe one more really nice full deep breath in. I'm going to take a clearing breath out through my mouth. And then with your eyes still soft or closed, just start to hover your feet up off the earth. Bring your left hand to your navel center here and your right palm on top. From the center of your navel here, begin to expand your right arm all the way up towards the sky, as if that arm was literally kind of shooting all the way out from your center. And then on the exhale, it comes back in. One more time from the center, expanding and radiating outwards. And then on the exhale, coming back in. Same with the left hand, so right hand on top of belly. The left arm reaches for sky, radiating out, and then hugging back in. One more time, expand, reach, let the arm get long, and then exhale, hug in. Hands to belly. From here, start to extend your right leg out long, like it was coming from the center of you. And then on the exhale, pulling back in. One more time, reaching out and then hugging in. Same with the left leg, expanding out. A little hug in, a pull back, a reach, and a hug in. Now we'll start to move all limbs at once. So expand your legs out wide, your arms out wide. And then on the exhale, hug in. So visualizing your head and your tail like a limb here as you continue to pulsate through this shape. So as you move here, your head kind of curls into your chest as you round in, and then when you expand, it lengthens. You could even start to visualize the center, this middle hub of you, like kind of like a magnet or a sun or a star, pulling all your limbs back into center, like magnetizing them back in and then pulling them back out. So there's this expanding out and this condensing back in. We'll do about 5 more here, starting to feel some heat and some fire build around this center hub. And the challenge as we move here is to stay soft through our face and nice and soft through our mouth and our jaw. We'll say that that's about 5. Just curl in, bring your feet down towards earth, wrap your hands around your legs. Another nice full deep breath in and a long breath out. From here, we'll just start to slide our way onto all fours into a nice tabletop position. From the center of you, from this middle, start to reach your right arm out long like you were reaching for something out in front. And then from the center, your left leg reaches behind. So from your right fingertips to your back toes. On the exhale, start to curl and round in, chin to chest, elbow to knee. Inhale, expand, just flowing through those shapes. Perhaps seeing here as you move, if you could earth down a little more through your left palm and hand, and maybe spread a little more through your back right toes. Radiating out, pulsating out, and hugging back in like you're almost like a jellyfish or a starfish, moving in the ocean. One more, a little reach. And then on the exhale, hug in. Come back onto all fours. You might choose to rinse it out with a little bit of cat-cow or any nice organic movements here you want to make with your spine, your head and your tail. We'll slide straight to the other side, so starting to radiate your left arm like a little tendril reaching forward and your right leg back and behind. And then on the exhale, hugging in. A little reach and a little hug, pulling back into center, this central hub. Pulsating and moving with that beautiful rhythm of your breath. So as you move here and start to move through the shapes, what we start to look for in this movement pattern is that there's no hierarchy within this kind of map of your body. So the head doesn't lead, the face doesn't lead, but rather all limbs together start to kind of move at once. They're all in balance. And take one more. And then hand to earth. We'll slide into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips to sky. Let your head get super, super heavy here, almost as if it was kind of starting to lengthen out from that central hub of your navel and start to pull down in between the middle of the palms of your hands, down through that column of your arms. On your next inhalation, start to breathe your right leg up and back, get super long. On your exhale, curl and round inch into chest. Inhale, expand. Exhale, curl in, rounding through spine. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, curl in, really round through the upper back. Firm your hands into earth. Step foot forward in between your hands. Start to rise and rebound up into crescent lunge. Get really steady here through your legs. And for this variation of crescent lunge, we're going to bring our arms like tendrils of a starfish, really nice and wide, so they even are wider than our mat. On your exhale, start to curl and round in. Forearms come to touch, chin to chest. Inhale, open and expand, steady through the feet. Two more, a little hug in. Expanding, reaching out. Hugging in, pulsating inwards. And then reaching out beyond to the sky. Start to shift your weight into your front foot here. Step back foot forward for Utkatasana chair pose, sink down low. So really start to tuck your tailbone here down towards earth. These limbs, these tendrils of your arms can get really nice and wide. On your exhale, curl and round in. Keep your knees bent, opposite hand to opposite shin. Inhale, expand. Exhale, curl. Expanding, reaching, curling in. Stay low through the hips. Inhale, expand. This time on your exhale, bring your hands down towards earth. Option to slide into crow pose here. So plant your hands firmly on the mat. I'm going to slide my knees up towards my armpits. Your knees might come to the outside edges of your forearms. Shift weight into the palms of your hands. And then like a little cell or like a little egg, you'll start to pucker the feet in towards your body as you hug into center. And this limb of your head starts to reach and grow out from that central hub of your navel forward. And you might stay for 3 more breaths. Can you pull your feet in a little more here and firm a little more through the palms of your hands? On your exhale, feet down towards earth. Let's just come into Malasana here. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart and just close down my eyes and start to sway a little from side to side and let my breath catch up. Release your hands from your heart. Bring your fingertips behind. Lower your sit bones down towards earth. We'll come back into that variation of boat pose. So reach your legs out long, your arms out wide. And then on the exhale, hugging in. Pulsating out and hugging in. Continuing to feel that kind of heat and that fire, that magnetism of your center, like that sun or that star. Building that heat, expanding outwards. The magic number of 5 more here. How far out can you reach as you extend your limbs, and how far kind of in can you hug in and curl? When you have finished your 5 here, let's just plant our feet on the mat, make our way forward into Malasana. I'm going to use my hands to help my way up and just sway my body again a little from side to side. Fingertips come down towards earth, start to straighten through the limbs of your legs, heel toe your feet in, take a delicious forward fold here. On your inhalation, lengthen through spine, lift halfway. On the exhale, fold. On your inhalation, rise, expand to sky, get big and tall. Exhale, fold, empty breath, bow to earth. Inhale, lengthen, a little lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. We'll step back to downward facing dog. On your next breath in, left leg to sky. On your exhale, knee to chest as you round in. To the sky, breathe it back. To your chest, we breathe out. One more time to the sky, feel that reach. On your exhale, step foot forward in between your hands. Up into that variation of crescent lunge. Arms out super wide. The head grows tall. On your exhale, forearms come to touch, start to round in. Expand, open up, get wide and long, curl in. Expand and reach. One more, curl in, firm through your front foot, ground down. Expand and reach, get long. Shift your weight into your front foot here. Step back foot forward into your chair pose. Sink down low, low, low. On your exhale, opposite hand to opposite shin as you curl in. And then a little expand or reach, staying bent through your knees, hugging in. Expand, pulsating back to center, little pull in, and then a reach. Diving your hands back down to meet earth, crow pose or Malasana, your choice. So firming your hands down towards earth, knees to armpits, puckering into center if you're coming into crow. And really extend forward here through the crown of your head. Deep belly breaths. Start to lower your feet down to earth here, sliding back into Malasana. A little sway from side to side. Softening or closing down your eyes here. Fingertips behind, coming back into that variation of boat pose, legs and arms out super long and wide, and then curling in, expanding out and curling in. So this movement pattern we're exploring has this central hub, this hug into center, and then this expansion, this reach out through all limbs of our body. So this in and out pulsation. What we can also start to explore here with this pattern is the energy starting to kind of ripple from one limb to another limb. So it could travel from your right toes to your right fingertips through your navel, from your left toes to your navel to your left hands. So the invitation here for this final little bit of core work is that you just start to kind of swim your body in space, moving your limbs kind of in any organic way, like you're kind of swimming in the ocean, exploring how this movement pattern can slide from one limb to the next, from this central place. We'll take 5 more breaths. You might come down low or up a little higher, or you might be staying with that in and out pulsation. Start to hug back to center when you're ready. Hands wrap around your shins. Some nice deep belly breaths again. And sliding your way forward into Malasana, using your hands again to make your way up, and then a nice delicious forward fold. Empty your breath fully. On your inhalation, lengthen through your spine. And then on your exhale, fold, empty breath. Inhale, rise to sky, get tall, big and long. Exhale, fold, pull yourself to earth, empty breath. Inhale, a little lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. This time in downward facing dog, start to breathe your right leg all the way up and back from your fingers all the way to your back toes. On your exhale, start to curl your knee in towards your chest as you dome through the upper back. Step foot forward in between your hands. Let's open up into Warrior Two. So let yourself take up a lot of space here in your Warrior Two. So maybe sink down deeper through your front knee and ground down a little more through the outside edge of your back foot as you expand through your arms and your fingertips. Start to flip your front palm here, reverse warrior, paint space. Big transition here, half moon. Shift your weight onto your front foot. Dive your right fingertips forward and down, back leg up and back to sky. Here in our half moon, as you peel your left arm all the way up towards the sky, really starting to radiate and expand out through all limbs. Allow yourself to get super big and take up lots of space. So maybe even the crown of your head could reach forward a little more, or you could energize out through your back foot. Reach through your front fingertips. Take a nice full deep breath in here. On your breath out, let's unwind hands to earth. Option here to take a little flow. It could be a three-legged flow, or maybe step straight back to downward facing dog. Your choice. If you're coming back into the dog here, we've got those really nice, delicious, deep belly breaths. And the arms expanding down long, down to earth as you melt down through the backs of your heels. On your next inhalation, left leg to sky, get long. Exhale, knee to chest as you dome through the upper back. Pucker in through your belly. Step foot forward. Warrior Two. Getting really big here and long as you take up space. One kind of full, big body shape here, like all parts of you were connected. Start to flip your front palm here, reverse warrior, paint space. Keep a nice bend in your front knee. And then we dive forward into half moon as we shift weight into our foot and start to radiate and expand out through all limbs. Get super long and wide. Like you were that little star or that planet radiating out and getting bright and big. We'll start to unwind here, fingertips to earth. You might step your back foot back and take a little flow here, or just slide straight back into downward facing dog. And when you come into downward facing dog, let's just meet here together with a nice breath. So taking a nice full deep breath in, down into your belly, this central hub. And then a clearing breath out. Start to melt your knees down to earth here. Take a little child's pose. For this shape, bring your knees together, your feet together, and start to reach your arms all the way to the back of your mat. Forehead down to earth. Breathing all the way down into your belly again. And this movement pattern that we have explored here together, this movement pattern is really just a re-remembering of one of the first movement patterns developed when we were a tiny little embryo and movement was centered in and around the umbilical cord. And this little shape that you are in now, that we are closing in, this variation of a child's pose, as we start to curl into a little ball, a little seed, kind of like a little egg or a cell-like shape. Maybe even just taking a little moment here as you rest into your breath, just to maybe kind of contemplate the magnificence of your creation. And the creation of us from this tiny little cell or this tiny little egg. It's something that scientists don't even yet understand, how we formed from almost this kind of nothingness, everything space into this body. how that little egg or cell had everything to create us. Maybe that even serves as a beautiful reminder of the beauty that can be found in what is yet to be known, the unknown. 5 more deep breaths down into your navel. You might choose to stay here a little longer, resting, contemplating, or if you are about to go back into your day, you can take your time to slowly transition from this moment to the next.